Welcome back to Cottage Designs by Erin. I am Erin Pennington, the owner and operator of Cottage Designs by Erin on Etsy. I am largely known for my one-of-a-kind doll clothing that I make, and that's what I sell in my online shop. But I also like all aspects of sewing. In particular, I like to quilt, cross-stitch, and embroider. So every Saturday, I try to upload a video on my channel and teach you how to make a new project. I purchased the Book of Days calendar back in December, and I have been diligently cross-stitching all year. So this was January. I finished a great big Merry Christmas cross-stitch. I finished an ornament and 2 miniature pillows. In February, I finished an Angel Cupid sampler, and since March, I have been diligently working on the Rabbit Cross Stitch Spring Fling, which you saw at the beginning of my video. It is currently at Hobby Lobby being framed, and it won't be ready for 2 weeks, so I won't get to put it out this Easter, but I will be able to put it out next year. So some of the spring Easter projects that I finished include Spring Fling, and I showed you a video on how to make this, how to finish it out. The pattern is by Val's Stuff, and it was a kit that included just the floss and the linen. And then I made the pillow using materials that I had on hand. I also finished Spring Sampler, and this was custom framed by Hobby Lobby. It has 2024 on it because I finished it before January, so I went ahead and put last year's year on it, even though it was not framed until 2025. And that is a kit by Little House Needleworks, Spring Sampler. You can find this on eBay. It's readily available. Okay, so those are a couple of spring finishes. I'm going to reach down to the floor now. This is an old project that I made in 2001, but is definitely springy, and it is a Hardanger finished piece that I made for my mother. It's pink and green, and this won first place at my local White County Fair in 2001. And I also have a big sampler that I made in 2001, Log Cabin Welcome by Canterbury Designs. This was stitched on 20 count Irish linen, and it also won first place at the White County Fair in 2001. I used all DMC threads for this. You might be able to find this pattern on the vintage market on eBay. So the reason I'm showing you those old projects is if you're new to my channel, you may not know that I did cross stitch. I started cross stitching around 1994, right after my daughter was born. And then I put it down for probably, I don't know, maybe 15 years. And then I just picked it back up. So if you look at my May calendar, which is quickly coming on us, I don't have anything down. I'm just going to wait and see what strikes my fancy and see what it is that I may like to make. Right now I'm heavily into quilting also, so I have a lot of quilting projects. This week I have been working on this embroidery piece, which is by Crabapple Hill. I finished it today. It needs to be pressed and quilted. And this is by Crabapple Hill Studios, and it's the little old-fashioned truck, and this is called April Showers. I'm sorry, April Showers is the name of this. So this is a project that I finished this week. I also have other things that I've started. I worked on a little bit of wool felt embroidery, and this is by Buttermilk Basin, and it is a summer design, but I still have quite a bit to do on it. I only have the bottom half finished. I also recently started patriotic designs for summer, including a pattern by Lottie Da called My Country 'Tis of Thee. Okay, so I tried to stitch this in the car over spring break, and that was probably not one of my better ideas. I am stitching it on a piece of linen that came with it, and somehow I got too far over to one side. So now I have to reverse the process and stitch from this direction back, and then I will have to cut out the threads that are missing so that the flag will fit. So a little minor boo-boo with that. I am enjoying the feel of the fabric and the colors used. They're very rich, so I like that aspect. This chart was purchased on eBay. I also started America, Land That I Love by Calico Confectionery. I just love their designs. This was purchased off of eBay. They're very inexpensive, usually under $10. And all that I have finished of that is the R. It looks like a P right now because I haven't put the leg on it yet. So I have the R in the middle of the design almost finished. And I am using Zweigart 14 count Ada that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. It's called Vintage Taupe. 14 count Ada Vintage Taupe from Hobby Lobby. And I think that's going to give it that nice rustic appeal. Here are the main colors used. A steel gray, which is almost black, a blue, and then it also uses a cream. And I'm using 309, 930, and 37.99 are the colors I chose. Ecru, I also have a gold, which is not in here. These were the colors that were chosen by Calico Confectionery for this design. So I have that. And then, of course, I have new purchases. Not a lot, but a few. And I chose Among the Roses, an antique reproduction by MOJO Stitches. I purchased this. Well, I tried to purchase it off of eBay and I lost the bid. So then I went to 123stitch.com and bought it there. And it's saying it was $17. It is not a kit. This is just for the pattern itself. And this is 127 by 122 stitches. It was stitched on 32 count, finishing at 8 by 10 size. I think it's very beautiful. I love reds and pinks. And it's also Victorian, which I also appreciate. And then I went to Goodwill with my friend Vicky, and I found this cute little shabby chic planter. It's kind of prim for a whole $2.99. What am I going to do with that? I found this wonderful Prairie schooler pattern where you make these little shaped Christmas trees. So I'm going to take it out of the plastic here. It says the Prairie schooler Christmas trees, and then it also has another design. This is the the fabric that came with it, but I probably won't use that because I'll probably use my own. Look how cute these are. Instead of putting these designs in little bitty buckets, I thought it would be cute to use cinnamon sticks and foam, fill this with foam and put them in here. I think it'd be super, super cute. Just to give you an idea on that. So, you know, my mind rambles to weird places. This also came with a little frosty button and little seed beads in case I want to use those. I'm not a big seed bead fan. I like the way they look, but I don't like the time it takes to sew them on. But I do probably prefer sewing those rather than doing French knots. So we'll see how that goes. So that is a new project. And then, oh my, I love this. Wait till you see this. So you probably have been seeing the big stockings that everyone is doing. I bought the Embroideress. Look at that. Oh, I so love it. What do I love about it? I love the shape. I like the colors. And I like the fact that she's a needlewoman. It says, all of my scattering moments are taken up with my needle. Miss Sarah Hanson, Embroideress. And then it has the little threads down here, and it has the alphabet. Now, this will be a major undertaking. This is 172 wide by 447 tall. So once you make this, you're going to want to leave it out all year because this was a big long haul project. Now, I bought this on 123 Stitch. I don't remember how much it cost, but I do remember how much the linen cost. If you do it on a high count linen, the high count linen was $57. I'm just not going to spend that much on linen. I mean, I might for a great big sampler, but for this, I'm just going to use what I had on hand. I had an enormous roll of 14 count Aida, and I had 16 count Aida, and I'm probably going to make it on that. And I did, however, buy the DMC threads that came with this on 123 Stitch. So I'm excited about getting that started at some point in time. Starting in May, YouTube is going to add more ad slots to my channel. They sent me a message. And it's because I'm not making enough money. I had some months where I didn't make the quota, and so they rolled me over into the next month. So if you would please like the channel when you watch something, I would greatly appreciate that so that I can get paid. So my hobbies are my passion, but it takes a lot of money to do expensive hobbies. So I hope you understand that. I hope you like my little quick floss tube. Please come back for more ideas in the future and like and subscribe. Thank you.